the light waves, we cannot see. For sense of hearing, we use our ears, and then we use sound waves for the stimulus. So sa sense of hearing, sound waves ang ginagamit na stimulus. Sense of taste. Anong stimulus na ginagamit sa sense of taste? Anyone? Sense of taste. What is the stimulus used for sense of taste? Sense of taste. Mistisado. Anong ginagamit nating stimulus sa sense of taste? Mistisado. Anong ginagamit? Yes? Stimulus na ginagamit sa sense of taste.
Different chemical substances, ma'am.
Yes, the different taste qualities. Sweet, sour, bitter, no, spicy. Okay, the different taste qualities. Sense of smell, we uses odors. No, odors. Siyempre, without odors, we cannot smell. We cannot identify the odors. Diba? So, odors is the stimulus use. Okay? Sense of feeling. Anong stimulus ang ginagamit? Pressure, cold, warmth, pain, touch. Ulitin ko, stimulus for sense of feelings are pressure, cold, warmth, pain, touch. So without all these stimulus, no, we cannot use our senses. Okay? So for a summary, sense of sight, stimulus, light waves. Sense of hearing, stimulus, sound waves. Sense of taste, stimulus, taste qualities. Sense of smell, stimulus, odors. Sense of feelings, stimulus, pressure, cold, warmth, pain, and touch. No? So that is for sensation. Okay, now let's go to the definition of perception. Perception is simply mean the interpretation of the stimulus. Interpretation of the stimulus is perception. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng word na stimulus? Ano ba yung stimulus? Psych major, what is stimulus? Miss Buko, what is stimulus? Miss Buko, Miss Luna, what is stimulus?
Ma'am, ito po yung na i-stimulate natin or na ma-manifest na behavior or response.
So, stimulus is anything or any objects that elicit a response, di ba? Anything or any objects that elicit a response. Ibig sabihin, without the stimulus, there will be no response, there will be no reaction. Okay, I will give you an example of stimulus and then the response. Di ba sabi natin, stimulus is an object or anything that will produce a response or reaction. Okay, let's say you are hungry. So you eat some foods. Yung hungry, yun ang stimulus. Eat some food, that is response. You are hungry, stimulus. So you eat some food, that is response or reaction. Another one, a rabbit, no, gets scared, natakot yung rabbit. So, it runs away. Yun ang response or reaction. So, di ba meron tayong tinatawag na SR theory sa psychology? SR theory is stimulus response theory. No? So, without the stimulus, there will be no response or reaction. Another example of SR theory, it starts raining. No? It starts raining. So, you take out an umbrella. Oh, nag-uumpisa na daw umulan sa Tagalog. Anong ginawa mo? Kumuha ka ng umbrella. Yun ang response. It starts raining, so you take out an umbrella. So, ang SR theory yun. Stimulus, response, relationship, or theory. This SR theory has something to do or similar to our discussion on sensation and perception. Sabi natin, without the sensation, there will be no perception. Ano ang definition natin ng perception? Interpretation of the stimulus. Okay. Sensation is the simple experience that arises from the stimulation of the sense organ. Okay, example. You see a girl, you saw a boy and girl kissing and holding hands. What sense ang ginamit mo? You saw a boy and girl kissing and holding hands. Sense of sight. Okay. So, sense of sight is the sensation process. So, you use sense of sight, yun yung sinasabi nating sensation process. Tapos, what is your perception, Miss CB, about the two?
Ano po, iisipin ko po na they have a thing or something.
They have?
A
Again,
relationship po. A relationship lang.
Okay, they have a relationship. Yun ang perception. Or,
Yes po.
pwede rin sabihin natin mag-boyfriend. No? So, yun ang perception na sinasabi. So, you cannot give your interpretation without sensation, di ba, Miss CB?
Yes po.
Okay. So, talagang yung sensation and perception, magkasama sila for the discussion. You cannot separate sensation with perception. They always go together. Okay. Let's say another example. Sa neighbor mo, no? Dito sa neighbor mo, kapitbahay. From 7 a.m., no? From 7 a.m., let's say, for example, 12 o'clock na ngayon, no? Let's say 12 o'clock na. So from 7 a.m. up to now, 12 o'clock na, they continuously playing different types of music. They continuously playing different types of music, yung neighbor mo. Anong sense ang ginamit natin? Miss Aransanso.
Yes po. Ano po? Sense of hearing po.
Sense of hearing. Okay. So what will be your perception? Sense of hearing, yun yung process ng sensation. Sense of hearing is the process of sensation. And then what will be your perception there?
Iisipin ko po, ma'am, na pwedeng meron po silang party or something na nagaganap.
Okay. So may party daw, sabi ni Miss Aransanso. Okay, so may party, ibig sabihin, yun ang perception, yun ang interpretation.
Yes.
No? Okay, so example lang yan ng sensation and perception. So I will repeat, there will be no perception if there is no, ano? Hello?
Sensation.
Sensation po.
Sensation, okay. Question about the meaning of sensation and perception, stimulus, and then the response theory. Question.
Wala naman po.
Okay, so now let's go to the next topic, perception itself. No? All about perception na itong pag-uusapan natin. So we have different factors affecting perception. Pag sinabing factors, ano ba sa Tagalog ang factors? Dahilan, bagay-bagay na pwedeng makaapekto sa ating perception. Okay, ang first factor affecting perception is attitude. Ano ba ang attitude? Sabi natin, ang attitude, manners. Manners, disposition. So how does it affect our perception? Morales. Yung attitude mo, Morales, paano siya makaka-affect sa perception mo? Pag sinabing perception, ito yung interpretation ng mga nasa-sense mo. Sense of sight, sense of hearing, sense of smell, sense of touch, lahat ng nasa-sense mong bagay-bagay, no? How does it affect your perception, yung attitude?
I think, ma'am, na naapektuhan po siya on how we see and perceive things po, different po sa nakikita ng ibang tao.
Yes. Attitudes, di ba, manners? Pag sinabing attitude, ito yung ating mga manners, yung ating mga disposition. So, paano ito nakaka-affect sa ating perception? The manners you have, the disposition you have, how will affect perception? Glorio.
Ma'am, nagiging subjective po tayo in terms po sa attitude po natin. Like for example po kagaya ng halimbawa, ma'am, na nakita po natin may hinalikan ng lalaki yung babae. Pwede pong maging positive or negative po yung perception natin sa stimulus po na yun. Pwede pong ako po negative tingin ko like naglalandian po sa harap ko. Pwede pong ganun po yung perception ko po sa kanila or pwede pong sweet lang po talaga sila sa isa't isa po.
So, depende yun sa iyong attitude. Kung anong attitude meron ka, di ba? Next is personality. Personality, yes. Miss Gloria, very good. Okay. Personality. Personality, sabi natin, the totality of an individual. The totality of an individual is personality, yung buong pagkatao mo, the totality of an individual. How does it affect? Perception, ilaw.
Ma'am, ma'am, tingin ko po magva-vary rin po yung perception natin sa isa-isang bagay. Depende po sa personality natin. Since, ma'am, feeling ko po magdidepende rin po yun sa kung paano natin tingnan if magiging objective tayo or subjective tayo sa mga nakikita natin. Since iba-iba po yung upbringing ng mga magulang natin. And especially environment po na kinalakihan ng bawat isa.
Okay, very good. Next is motives. Motives, pag sinabing motives, something that causes a person to act or to do an action. Something that causes a person to act or to give an action. In other words, motive pwede rin nating tawaging goal. Di ba? So, yung motive natin, paano to nakaka-affect or influence sa ating perception? Perception, interpretation, ng lahat-lahat ng nasa sense natin. Pakuan.
I think po nagva-vary po siya per individual. Subjective din po siya kasi for example po, like meron tayong motive na makita natin yung isang tao in this perspective po. Although hindi naman po siya nag-give off ng perspective. Pag tinignan po natin siya in tapos may motive tayo na makita siya in that way, ganun pa rin po natin siya mape-perceive.
Verano, motive. Floor, motive affects perception. Nasaan yung mga tinatawag ko? Verano, floor.
Naririnig po ba ako?
Yes, floor.
So, ayun po, magiging dependent po yung yung meaning nun sa magiging motive po natin. For example, kung ang motive naman po natin is to make fun of them, dun po sa, for example nga yung sa kilis ng boy, kung ang motive po natin is to make fun of them, ayun na rin po yung magiging action natin or yung sasabihin natin dun sa naging stimuli na po yun.
Okay, next is interest. Interest, ano ba ibig sabihin ng interest? What do you mean by interest? Tolentino?
Hello po.
Yes, Tolentino. Interest. What do you mean by interest? And then, how interest affects your perception?
Interest po, ma'am, yung parang kung ano po yung gusto nyo. Kung ano, parang same na nga rin po siya ng motives eh. Pero yung interest nga po, kung ano po yung, kung saan ka interesado, kung ano po yung gusto nyo. Tapos nakaka-affect siya po sa, sa perception po natin. Kasi po, if you're interested in something, like, kunyari po kunyari po dun sa, gamitin na lang rin po nating example yung sa boy pati po dun sa girl na kinisan niya. Kunyari, if interested ka po pala dun sa guide, parang mag-iiba po yung perception na kasi parang magsiselos ka po. Ganun po.
Let's say, for example, your interest is playing badminton.
Okay.
No? Let's say your interest is playing badminton. So, how will this affect your perception?
Parang ipa-prioritize niyo po yung yung pag-play ng badminton kasi doon nga po kayo mahilig.
And then, bukod sa ipa-prioritize, among the sports, siya
Yun po yung best na tingin niyo po.
best sports.
Opo.
Yun
Yun
ang
yung
magiging
superior.
So yun ang magiging perception mo, superior o kaya the best sports.
Opo.
Okay. Now let's go to the next, experiences. Experiences. Oh, very yan, no? Malawak yan, experiences. So how will affect your perception? Castillo.
Hello po.
Yes.
Narinig po ba, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yung experience po, di ba po, ayun po yung collective knowledge natin on our past actions po. It depends on our culture and customs po. So, since iba-iba po tayo ng tradition and culture or generally iba-iba tayo ng experiences, therefore mag-iiba po yung tingin natin or how we perceive on a certain stimuli po, on how we respond to a certain stimuli po. So, nakaka-apekto po siya the way na iba-iba po yung pwede natin maging interpretation sa isang stimuli. Like for example nga po, dun sa nagkikiss po na boy and girl. So kung ang culture nyo po is like the traditional way po, yung conservative, iisipin nyo po na parang hindi angkop yung ginagawa nila. But if your culture is liberated, then you will just like okay lang yung ginagawa nila. So our experiences affects our perception very like super affect po talaga.
Miss Alberto?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, yung nakaka-apekto po yung experiences natin sa perception natin. Kung depende po kung paano tayo kung ano po yung mga na-experience natin before yung stimulus po sa present po natin. So, example po is yun nga po, parang yung sa, example po na yung sa boyfriend, girlfriend po. Siguro kapag traditional po tayo, pinalaki, like parang very sensitive po, parang dapat po hindi po dapat gawin yun in public or kapag may nakakakitang tao. Ganun po.
Pwedeng sabihin, let's say, kunwari, broken-hearted ka, na-experience mo na mga broken heart. So next time, Miss Sumugat, ano gagawin mo? Broken-hearted ka, you experience it, no? Miss Sumugat?
Yes po, ma'am.
Let's say, na-experience mo na yung broken-hearted.
Pag na-experience ko na broken heart, tapos nakakita po ako ng example nyo po na may nagkikiss na boy and girl po. Siyempre po yung magiging perception, magiging bitter po ako, ganun po.
Magiging bitter, and then, ang magiging perception mo na mabobroken heart ka rin, sasabihin mo doon sa girl, no?
Yes po.
So you will
Opo.
experience the same, na broken heart ka, and then there will come a time na mabobroken heart ka rin dyan. No? So,
Magiging
affected,
bitter po.
magiging bitter. Okay, expectation, next factor. Expectation, strong belief that something will happen, or assumption. Strong belief that it is a strong belief that something will happen, or simply mean assumption. Paano naman ito nakaka-affect sa perception? Mr. Paragas.
Saan ma'am, halimbawa gamitin po natin example yun na may nagkikis. Tapos, ang expectation ko po doon is they have something, parang some sort of intimate relationship. Although, wala po akong way i-prove other than dun sa fact na nakita kong ginawa nila yun. Yun po yung pwedeng maging effect ng expectation ko. Kasi may times po na baka hindi naman po talaga sila, baka po kabit niya yun or something. Pero dahil usually yung ganong action is nakikita natin within the boundaries of relationship. So, yun po yung incline na isipin ko. Yan lang po.
Okay, very good. Next is intelligence. Mental ability, no? How does intelligence affects our perception? Abistado. How is intelligence affects perception? Abistado. Wala si Abistado.
Hello po, ma'am.
Yes.
Sa intelligence po, ma'am, kung mataas po yung parang intelligence po natin, parang mas mauunawaan po natin yung mga bagay-bagay po. Yun po yung parang kung paano po na-apektuhan yung natin, through intelligence po.
Okay, so if you are intelligent enough, so you react, you perceive, you interpret intelligently, no? Pag mataas ang level ng IQ. Okay, Anyag?
Yes po.
Yes, Anyag. Miss Anyag?
Yes, ma'am.
Intelligence affects perception.
Ma'am, for example, yung mga nagko-conspiracy theories po, yung gumagawa, pag iba po yung perception nila sa isang bagay, iba rin po yung sinasabi nila. For example, yung mga tao na naniniwala na fake yung moon landing, yung although hindi po rin, kasi marami pong mga bagay na may mga bagay na nagpapatunay na totoo, may mga bagay na hindi. Then, other people perceive or think na yung ibang bagay na parang nami-miss nila is fake po yung ginagawa nila.
Gugma. Intelligence.
May.
Okay, no? So, Mr. Gugma, dyan na si Gugma.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Gugma pala, Gugma. Oh, Gugma. Intelligence affects perception.
Ma'am, yung different level of intelligence po, yung knowledge natin or how we comprehend subject po is nakaka-apekto po sa perception. Halimbawa nga po kung we think na sa knowledge natin is hindi acceptable yung
Teka, Miss Gugma, sandali. Sino yung maingay na yun? One ng one.
ma'am sa background po, may kasama po kasi yung
Sa'yo yun?
po, ma'am.
Okay, sige, Gugma. Continue, Miss Gugma.
Yes, ma'am. Yung intelligence po nakaka-apekto sa perception natin in a way na may different level of mental ability po tayo, how we comprehend or yung knowledge natin sa bagay-bagay. Halimbawa nga po sa situation na kinis ng guy yung girl, in our knowledge po, we perceive it as negative or we perceive it as parang ang unethical naman kasi they do it in public place. Parang ganun po. Yun po yung nagiging effect niya.
Okay. So far, any question with our finished topics before we go to the next topic? So to sum up, what are the factors affecting perception, attitudes, personality, motives, interest, experiences, expectation, and intelligence? Okay, any question? Okay, now let's go to the next topic, the different errors. Errors in perception. Okay, no? Question? Baka may question bago tayo mag next topic. Okay, first errors of perception is illusion. Siguro naman narinig nyo na or natackle nyo na about illusion. Di ba sabi, illusion is a false perception. Illusion is a false perception. Here, the person will mistake a stimulus and perceive it wrongly. Okay, sino ba nakaka-experience ng illusion? Mentally disordered person or normal person? Ha? Sino ba nakaka-experience ng illusion? Normal or abnormal person?
Ma'am, feeling ko po.
Okay. Sino yung kausap ko? Mas nawawala?
Hello ma'am, marinig mo ba ako?
Yes, Mr. Paragas.
Bali, feeling ko po kasi yung idea po ng illusion has something to do with our eyes po, especially dun sa mga pinapalabas sa TV or mga nakikita po natin sa internet, yung mga optical illusions po. So I could say na probably hindi lang po yung nasa side po ng merong abnormal disorder yung nakaka-experience po ng ganun. Kasi feeling ko po pagdating naman po dun sa may na-experience ng abnormalities. Feeling ko po ang term ata na ginagamit nila is more on delusion kasi it is something out of reality. Whereas sa illusion po, we just perceive something different kasi po natitrick yung eyes natin na makita siya ng ganong way. Yan lang po.
Okay, so illusion na experience ng normal and abnormal individual. So, hindi lang abnormal individual ang nakaka-experience ng illusion. So, sabi nga, illusion is a false perception. The person will mistake a stimulus and perceive it wrongly. Example, a person standing at the distance who is not known may be perceived as a known person. So, yung mga nag-i-illusion na tao, sabi, meron daw silang nakitang taong nakatayo sa malayo, no? Na actually hindi naman niya kilala, no? Pero sabi niya, kilala niya. So, kaya nga sinabing false perception, no? Another one, in the dark, a rope, yung lubid. Rope is mistaken as a snake or vice versa. No? So, false perception. So, for the normal individual, nagkakaroon lang siguro ng tawag nito, yung talagang mistaken na nagkamali lang siya ng identification, kaya nagkaroon ng illusion. False perception. Another one, sabi, the voice of an unknown person is mistaken as a friend's voice. May narinig siyang boses, no? Boses ng ibang tao na hindi niya kilala, pero according to him, boses daw ng kanyang kaibigan. No? Yan mga illusions yan, mga examples ng illusions. Isa yan sa mga errors of perception. Another one is hallucination. Hallucination naman daw, the person may see an object, person, etc. Or he may listen to some voice, though there are no objects and sounds in reality. Sabi nung taong merong yung nag-hallucinate, sabi nung taong nag-hallucinate, may naririnig akong boses sa labas. Pero according to you naman, wala naman talagang boses na naririnig. Wala naman talagang taong nakikita. So, nag-hallucinate siya. Kasi person with hallucination always imagining that there is something present. Pwedeng an object, pwedeng a person, pero actually wala naman talaga. Let's say, kunwari sabi nung taong nag-hallucinate sa'yo, may nakatayo sa pintuan. Tinignan mo, wala naman nakatayo. No? So, yun ang hallucination. Yun yung mga na-experience ng individual with hallucination. May nakikita na actually, in reality, wala naman. Another errors of perception. So, pang third na to Una, ang errors of perception, illusion. Next is hallucination. Ito, pang third errors, selective perception. Okay. Pag sinabi naman selective perception, this means the situation when people selectively interpret what they see on the basis of their interest, background, experience, and attitudes. It means any characteristics that make a person, object, or event out will increase the probability that it will be perceived. Pag sinabing selective perception, no? Kasi selective perception is one of the characteristics of perception. Kaya sinabing selective perception, we can select, we can choose kung ano yung pagtutuunan natin ng ating attention. Attention is our basic factor in perception. Attention is the basic factor in perception. So sa selective perception, you can choose the object, the person, kung sino yung pagtutuunan mo ng iyong attention. Let's say you are watching a basketball game. No, nanonood ka ng basketball game, championship. Ang daming tao, punong-puno yung gym. You are attentively watching the game. Sa tabi mo, merong hinimatay na babae. Sa bandang dulo, may umiiyak na bata. Pero yung attention mo, nakafocus saan? Morales, naka-focus yung attention mo dun sa game. You are attentively watching a basketball game. May mga situations sa surroundings mo na merong umiiyak, may hinimatay. Tapos, you feel hungry, pero yung attention mo nakafocus sa player na may hawak ng bola. Diba usually pag nanonood tayo ng basketball, nakafocus yung attention natin doon sa player na may dala-dala or may hawak ng bola. We ignore things na nasa surroundings natin. Sabi ko nga, you are attentively watching the basketball game. Sa tabi mo, hinimatay yung babae, hindi mo pinapansin. Sa kabilang dulo, may umiiyak na bata, hindi mo pinapansin. Tapos, you feel hungry, hindi mo pinapansin. Kasi, yung attention mo, nakafocus dun sa player na nagkikerry ng ball. May hawak ng ball. So, yun ang sinasabing selective perception. You can choose, you can select an object, situation, person na gusto mong pagtuunan ng attention mo. Yun ang sinasabing selective perception. Di ba pwede naman natin gawin yon, Miss Jerusalem? Being selective.
Yes, ma'am.
Di ba pwede naman tayong maging selective?
Yes po.
Sometimes. Oh, let's say you are walking on the street. Mga tao nagkakagulo, no? Nagkakagulo, may nag-aaway, may nagtatakbuhan. And then suddenly, yung wallet mo nahulog. What will be your perception there? Ano nga pagtutuunan mo ng attention doon?
Ma'am, siguro po yung mga nag-aaway sa paligid ko po.
Yun ang magiging attention
Ma'am, kasi,
mo.
di ba ma'am, pag naglalakad po tayo, focus po tayo dun sa mga nakikita natin sa paligid natin. Hindi po natin nararamdaman kung ano yung parang may nahulog ba sa akin or nakabukas ba yung bag ko. Kasi ma'am, yung isip nyo po, nandun na ma'am sa nakafocus na po dun sa dinadaanan natin or nasa paligid natin. So yung iba pong nangyayari sa malapit sa
sa katawan natin or nahulog yung wallet or nahulog po yung wallet natin, hindi na po natin yun masyadong mapapansin. Siguro po mapapansin na pag nasa bahay na po or pag bigla mong naalala yung wallet mo.
Okay? So, we can select, no? Di ba sabi nga, so selective perception, you can select an object, person, or situation. No? Na kung sino ang gusto mong pagtuunan ng attention mo. Let's say in a classroom, sa loob ng classroom, imagine, sa loob ng classroom, nandun ang teacher, nandun ang mga peer group mo, no? Tsaka yung ibang classmates mo. Sa loob ng classroom, let's say biglang merong pumasok na latecomer. Saan mapo-focus yung attention mo?
Siguro, ma'am, sa latecomer.
Pwedeng sa late.
Yes, ma'am. Meron po kasing mga pagkakataon, ma'am, na ma-focus ka sa isang bagay, pero pag may dumating, ma'am, parang mas nag-focus ka doon kasi nakot niya yung attention mo. Parang ganun po.
Mm-hmm. So, yun ang selective perception. Next error, yung sinasabi natin stereotyping. Stereotyping. Sabi, people usually can fall into or at least one general category based on physical or behavioral traits, then they will be evaluated. When we judge someone on the basis of our perception of the group to which he or she belongs, we are using stereotyping. So, pag sinabing stereotyping, you are judging a person by his background. No? To simplify what is stereotyping, pwedeng sabihin natin, you are judging a person by his background, o kaya by his ethnic group, by his culture, no? So we are judging a person by, let's say, by his religion. Let's say another one. Okay, di ba sabi ko, ang stereotyping pwedeng you judge a person by his background, by his culture, by his ethnic group, by his religion. So maraming situation na pwedeng ma-judge a person in general. Let's say, kunwari, yung parents ng student nag-work sa club during night time. Mr. Mangalyag, what will be your perception?
Hello po?
Yung parent ng, let's say, ng friend mo, yung parent ng friend mo, nag-work sa nightclub, so what will be your perception?
Pwede ko pong isipin na kumakain lang po siya mag-isa tuwing gabi po sa sa pag-dinner time nila kasi most likely nasa yung trabaho ng magulang is most likely sa gabi and umaabot pa sa umaga. And if ever naman na pasok ng estudyante ay sa umaga, tapos most likely tulog yung mga magulang sa gabi. So parang para sa akin po, ma'am, as a perception ko po pag sa ganong sitwasyon is that hindi niya masyado nakakausap yung magulang niya kapag ganon kasi sa umaga siya wala tapos yung magulang niya nandun sa bahay sa umaga. Then pag nasa bahay naman siya sa gabi, wala naman yung magulang niya. Then ayun lang po, para sa akin po kumbaga po, ma'am. Ganun po.
So yun ang magiging perception mo, no?
Apo, ma'am.
Marinig nga natin ang perception ni Ms. Gumbok doon sa situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's say yung parent ng student na nagwo-work sa nightclub. What will be your perception to the student?
Siguro po it might affect na parang dahil po dun sa work ng parents po niya, pwedeng mag-iba po yung perception ko po din sa estudyante. Kasi di ba ma'am, kilala po tayo na madalas na kung ano yung ginagawa ng parents. Madalas ganun na din yung tingin po natin sa anak po niya. So baka may possibility na baka isipin din na in any way, baka ganun din yung maging trabaho niya in the future. Ganun po.
Okay? So, yun ang sinasabing stereotyping. No? You are judging a person by his background, by his ethnic groups, by his culture, by his work, no? O kaya family background. So, yun ang stereotyping. Next, similarity. Similarity is another errors of perception. Bakit sinabing similarities? Sabi, people tend to seek out and rate more positively those who are similar to themselves. This tendency to approve of similarity may cause evaluators to give better ratings to employees who exhibit the same interests, work methods, point of view, or standards. So, ulitin ko, people tend to seek out and rate more positively those who are similar to themselves. Ibig sabihin, okay, tanong ko, sino ang nakakakilala ng sarili natin? Sino ang nakakakilala ng sarili natin 100%? Hello? Sino nakakakilala ng sarili natin 100%? Siyempre, yung salita ko naman ako, doon na din ang sagot eh. Sinong nakakakilala sa iyo na 100%?
Kami rin din po.
Kayo rin, yourself, di ba? Okay, kaya nga sinasabi dito sa similarity, you know yourself 100%. Alam mo yung mga negative traits mo, mga negative and positive traits mo, no? Alam mo yung mga negative and positive traits, kilalang-kilala mo ang sarili mo 100%. So, ngayon, in looking for friend, nag-set ka ng standard na dapat yung magiging friend mo, kagaya mo. Yun ang sinasabing similarity. Kung ano yung personality na meron ka, gusto mong makita doon sa magiging friend mo. Yun ang sinasabing similarity. Na-get nyo? Yung sinasabi ko? Yung standard mo, yung personality mo na meron ka, gusto mong makita dun sa kaibigan mo o kaya sa best friend mo. So, in selecting friend o kaya peer group, nagkaroon ka ng standard na dapat ang magiging kaibigan ko, ang magiging groupmate ko, dapat ganito, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Kasi ganito ako. Nag-set ka ng standard for selecting friends or peer group. Yun ang sinasabing similarity. Na-get ba?
Yes.
Yes.
De Ocampo? Sige nga, magbigay ka nga ng example, Miss De Ocampo, sa similarity. Kung ano yung negative traits, ulitin ko, Miss De Ocampo, kung ano yung negative at positive traits mo, Alam na alam mo yun, di ba? Miss De Ocampo, yung mga negative at positive traits mo. Tapos, in selecting friend, o kaya ng peer group mo, gusto mo makita yung same traits na meron ka sa kanila. Okay, Miss De Ocampo.
Yes.
What can you say?
For example po, ma'am, yung dun nga po. For example po, ma'am, dun po sa pagpili nga ng kaibigan. Syempre, gugustuhin ko po yung makakasundo ko or yung makaka-ride sa kung ano yung, kung paano ako mag-isip or paano ako mag-decide sa mga bagay. Kung hindi ko siya kapareho ng point of view, syempre, hindi po kami magkakasundo. Ganun po.
Mm-hmm. O, sino ba dito hindi ginagawa yon? Sino ba ang hindi gumagawa ng similarity? Similarity, di ba, maski naman sa bahay, sa pagkuha ng kaibigan, o boyfriend, sa pag-select ng boyfriend, sa pag-select ng friend, sa pag-select ng peer group, may standard ka, di ba? O, sino walang standard? Lucky, ikaw ba may standard?
Opo, meron po.
O, di ba may standard ka? Gusto mo yung standard mo, makita mo sa kaibigan mo, o kaya sa magiging boyfriend mo, o kaya sa magiging peer group mo.
Opo.
Bakit? Bakit ka nagsiset ng standard? Bakit kailangan tayo mag-set ng standard?
To make sure po na magkakasundo po kami and maiwasan po yung conflict sa isa't isa. So as much as possible po, mas preferred po na we are more alike sa ibang tao.
Okay. Miss Masilang, what can you say? Bakit ka nagsiset ng similarities or standard?
Hello po.
Oh.
Para kasi po parang minsan mas may kapag different po parang hindi po kayo mag-meet in anyway. Kaya pag may similarities po, mas convenient po sa aming dalawa. Parang ganun po.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next errors, yung sinasabing horn effect. H-O-R-N, horn. Horn effect. Another errors of perception. Horn effect. Sabi dito, when the individual is completely evaluated on the basis of a negative quality or feature perceived, this results in an overall lower rating than an acceptable rate. So, pag sinabing horn effect naman, ito naman negative. Kung ang tingin mo, ikaw ay perfect person, yung kaibigan mo, para sa'yo, walang positive traits, puro negative traits. Kung baga sa ano, yung you see a person negatively. Ay, nako, hindi ko ito makakasundo. Ito, tamad ito. Ito, hindi mapagkakatiwalaan. Kumbaga sa ano, you are judging into conclusion kagad. Pag sinabing horn effect, hindi mo pa siya kilala ng lubos, you are judging into conclusion kaagad. Ay nako, let's say you are judging the person the way she dress, the way she talk. Di ba, huwag niyo sabihin hindi niyo ginagawa yun. You are judging a person. Sabi nga, you are judging the book by its cover. You are judging a person by its physical outlook. Di ba sabi, don't judge the book by its cover. Sabi nga, di ba meron tayong golden rule? Ang golden rule natin, don't judge the book by its cover. Eh madalas, sa horn effect, ang ginagawa natin, maski hindi pa natin lubos na kilala yung isang individual, nagkakaroon kaagad tayo ng negative perception sa kanya. hindi pa natin siya nasusubukan, in some situations, no? Negative kagad yung perception natin sa kanya. Yun ang sinasabing horn effect. Sinong nagpa-practice nun sa inyo? Horn effect. Ms. Turgo, you are practicing horn effect? Ms. Turgo, nagpa-practice ka ba ng horn effect? Ms. Turgo? Mr. Torres?
Hindi po, ma'am.
Hindi ka nagpa-practice ng horn effect?
Yes po.
Okay. So bakit, Mr. Torres? What can you say about the horn effect?
Ano po kasi, ma'am, kasi po pinalaki po ako ng magulang ko na pala kaibigan. So, mas kinikilala ko po yung nakakasalamuha ko bago po ako magbigay ng comments or kung may ibibigay man po ako ng comments base po sa kanilang personalidad.
Mr. Paragas, are you practicing horn effect?
As much as possible, ma'am, hindi. Kasi as a psych major, siguro yun po yung in-instill sa amin na from first year pa lang, dapat maging rational tayo sa judgments natin. Yung hindi dapat magbigay ng parang judgment agad on the first sight kasi nga we tend to understand people as our profession and as our practice. Yan lang po.
Okay. So, any question about the different errors in perception? May question pa kayo sa mga different errors in perception? Now, let's go to the last topic. Last topic is ESP, extrasensory perception. No? What is extrasensory perception and the different types of perception? Okay. There are 4 types of ESP. Number 1 is telepathy. O, siguro narinig nyo na to sa Psychology 1. Types of extrasensory perception or ESP. Number 1 is telepathy. Telepathy, transmission from one mind to another. Transmission from one mind to another, meaning to say, you can communicate with others by means of mind concentration. No? You can send the message by means of mind concentration. Mas better kung pareho kayong merong telepathy. No? Mas mabilis yung transmission ng message pag pareho kayong merong telepathy. Sabi nga natin sa telepathy, transmission from one mind to another. Thought, transmission from one mind to another. Yun ang telepathy. Okay? So next is clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is extra awareness of objects. Extra awareness of objects, meaning to say, kung meron kang clairvoyance, it seems na everything is transparent ang dating sa iyo, transparent to you. Let's say meron kang friend, naglagay ng bola sa loob ng box, and then pinahulaan sa iyo, ano ang nasa loob ng box? You can simply say ball. No? Talagang masasabi mo na ang laman ng box is ball. Malalaman mo kung sino yung nasa next room, makikita mo kung ano yung laman ng bag, ng kaklase mo. So yun yung sinasabing clairvoyance. Parang a person with clairvoyance, ang dating sa kanya ng surroundings, transparent. So, pag tinanong mo, sino yung nasa kabilang room? Sila nandun. Yung sila Guma, sila Flor, si Pakuan, nandun sa kabilang room. No? Pag tinignan mo, sila nga yung nasa kabilang room. So, that is clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, I will repeat, is extrasensory awareness of objects. Everything seems transparent to you. You can easily guess what the object is. No? Next is precognition. Precognition, foreknowledge of specific events. Foreknowledge of specific events. Pag sinabing precognition, you can see what will happen in the future. Meron kang advanced knowledge of what will happen in the future. Na kikita mo, next week, next month, next year, ganito mangyayari. No? So, meron kang advanced knowledge of what will happen in the future. That is precognition. Pag naputol tayo, balik uli mabibitin kasi, no? Okay. Binibilisan ko muna, tapos babalikan uli natin. Next is psychokinesis. Psychokinesis is mind over matter. Pag sinabing mind over matter, you can manipulate objects by means of mind concentration. You can move objects by means of your mind concentration kung meron kang psychokinesis. You can manipulate, you can move everything you want. Objects. Huh? So that is psychokinesis. And also, sa precognition, opposite of precognition is retrocognition. Retrocognition, opposite ng precognition. Retrocognition is seeing the past. No? Ability to see the past is okay. So, nasa ESP tayo, no? So, to sum up, extrasensory perception, no? Four types of ESP, telepathy. Telepathy is thought transmission from one mind to another. So you can simply communicate with others by means of mind concentration. Next is clairvoyance, extra awareness of objects. Kung may clairvoyance ka, it simply pag may clairvoyance ang individual, everything is transparent to him or to her. You can easily guess what the object is, who the person is, no? Recognition, foreknowledge of specific events. You can predict in advance what will happen in the future. That is precognition. Opposite ng precognition is retrocognition. Retrocognition is the ability to see the past. No? So buong buo, marirecall mo yung past experiences, past situation. That is retrocognition. Psychokinesis is mind over matter. As I have said, psychokinesis, you can manipulate objects by means of mind concentration. Now you can move objects through mind concentration. So that is the end of our discussion. And then I will be sending the module, pwede mamayang gabi or bukas ng umaga, for you to read, study, and answer the module. No? So, yun ang gagawin nyo as soon as you receive the modules. Read, study, and answer the modules. Okay, any question? Any question? May klase
Wala na
kayo?
po.
Wala na? Wala nang
Opo.
tanong sa grupo nyo about the handouts, the video, report, the modules. May wala nang tanong, submission. Yung submission ng group 2, October 14, di ba? Group 2?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, ang video report submission ng group 2, October 14. Okay, any more question? Wala na? Wala na ba?
Wala na po.
Wala na po.
Okay,
Wala naman po.
so I'll end na. I-end ko na ito. Kasi baka pumasok. Ano yun? Ano tanong?
Thank you po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you rin. Sige.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye po.
Okay, sige.